survive the night. Didn't get back till late. Went to bed. Now I have to wake up early. And I had to do something that, yeah. It's one of those things. I had to get a stool sample. Now I put it in here, and then I go send it back over there, which they're gonna ask for it tomorrow. I gotta take 2 of these today. And another one every day for quite a time. You know, who ever thought that my crap would be worth something? Because they're paying me for each sample. What a world, right? What a world. Anyways, get out of my bathroom here. Sorry about the noise ahead of time. Here at the tabling for Gender Alliance of the South Sound here at Highline College. Telling people about our programs, about our support and social group, and about our Name Aid program that we have, which we help pay for name changes for trans individuals within Pierce County, King County, and a bit further south, around the Olympia area. So, yay! All in all, it's still early, as you can see. There's really nobody here, and it's really loud with music blaring. But all in all things in time, right? Let's see if I can't entertain some people and whatnot until it's time for us to go speak on stage. Hello, everyone.
Hi there.
It's me, Lonness, and this is one of my good friends that works here at the Elizabeth Gregory home. This is Elizabeth. Introduce yourself.
I'm Elizabeth. I'm the development manager, and I also do communications.
Yep. I'd help out a lot here. I'd help with the food. Sometimes I cook for them. Sometimes I help bring in supplies. But another interesting thing is, because I'm doing this malaria trial, this one has history with such things.
I worked in East Africa, and since I traveled around there so much, I got 5 different strains of malaria.
Ooh.
One quinine-resistant strain that remains with me today, although it's not active.
Well, it can really lie dormant in the system for a long time.
Apparently for your entire life. Yeah. So I actually went to the Tropical Disease Center in London.
Oh, very
and
nice.
Got some medication that they sent me home with that now is off the market because it's so dangerous.
That's pretty interesting, actually, because they're actually testing new ways of detection.
Yeah, the Gates Foundation is doing wonderful stuff.
And also a cheaper form of curative drugs that they're testing. So
yeah, when you get a job in Africa anywhere, they typically send you through a bunch of shots and typhoid and yellow fever and many different things, and then they tell you to go on to a malaria prophylactic, which is,
it stuns it basically.
It could, it's supposed to lessen your ability to contract the disease, but a friend of mine who was in the Peace Corps, she was a Peace Corps worker actually, and the prophylactic they gave her made her have petit mal seizures now for the rest of her life.
Oh my.
1 in 100,000 people who took that to not get malaria ended up with epilepsy. Yeah. Or an epileptic type disorder.
Or episodes.
Yeah. So sometimes those prophylactics were just as bad as contracting malaria. So after the first round, I just stopped taking them because, you hear a story like that and you don't want to be affected for the rest of your life.
That's really true.
And then the mosquito nets, there's no way to protect yourself from being bitten by a mosquito. If your arm or your elbow is touching that net, you'll wake up in the morning and you'll have 20 or 50 mosquito bites in that little spot that was touching the net. So,
well, luckily I'm only getting 5 bites.
Wow. Well,
in a controlled area, in a laboratory, then there.
I can tell you, it was bad. I mean, at the end, the case that I had that was active before I had to travel home, I had an injury. I was having a malaria attack, and so I was in. I was south of Malawi at that point, so I traveled up and got back into near Dar es Salaam, got myself up to Mozambique, and then took the train in from Mozambique to Nairobi to get on a plane. Wow. And it was just torture. I remember actually.
What were some of the symptoms that you were suffering? What's some things I can look forward to?
Yeah. So it's kind of an odd, you get flu-like symptoms and you get achy and the head cold type stuff. But the weird thing is in the heat of the afternoon, over there it was like right around noon to 2 o'clock. Mm-hmm. It'd be the heat of the afternoon, but you'd be freezing and have chill bumps and want to, curl. I'd be like curled up in my sleeping bag and just chill, just like really like physically shaking because you're chilled so much. And then when it cools down at night, you're so hot. Feverish. You just sweat through the sheets and you can't sleep. I remember actually going out and laying down on cold cement at this one lodge in Dar es Salaam just to try to get some sleep in the cool air until the monkeys start bothering you. But so that kind of stuff. And at some point, I was so out of it, I was not even keeping water down. Uh-huh. Like you start actually, you can't keep water down, and that's when.
So you mean actual like the animals around and stuff? You had monkeys around?
Oh, in East Africa, yeah, there were. Yeah. Not hallucinating monkeys. You won't hallucinate monkeys.
I was afraid.
No, but where we were staying, they were hanging out outside, and so if I was outside trying to sleep, they'd come and poke, try to find out if I had anything to eat, or if I was edible. Scary monkeys. But and I did have some quite intense hallucinations with that fever stuff.
Yay!
But, yeah.
Well, good. I'll have someone to talk to once they.
There you go. But yeah, it's not fun. And so I do still have that quinine resistant strain, and I have had it a couple times. Last time I had it was over in Hawaii. And it's the symptoms, it feels like a regular cold, but it's that cold, chilled in the afternoon, and then just sweat through night sweats.
All right. Well,
yeah.
Well, I appreciate you, telling me and telling some of that on camera here. So, I'll definitely show this to some of the doctors there and see what they think.
All right.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, I know.
Any kind of research they can get on the other strains.
The folks in the Tropical Disease Center were like, "Can you stay?" Well, I went there to get, to have them debride my injury and try to take care, because I had this open wound on my thigh, and they were like not interested in that. They were interested that I traveled around so much. I had 5 different strains. Yeah.
So you're a carrier, literally.
I was, yeah.
Well, thank you for your time, and
You're welcome.
I'm gonna just go. All right, before I go to McDonald's to go upload these photos, I want to show you something. I've been growing some mushrooms, not bad ones, mind you. I've been growing some oyster ones on these thing of sawdust. These things are just now ripe enough to harvest, so that's what I'm gonna do today. It's gonna be a lovely meal. So, yeah, I'm just gonna take some and just out they go. Look at that. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. Here we go. Oh, so wonderful. Oyster mushrooms. Perfect for salad or for making mushroom soup broth. And they grow in these nice little, once you get some spores on the bag here, or inside the bag of this sawdust, they grow so wonderfully. This will actually help some of the smaller ones come out. Look at that. It's so delicious. I like growing mushrooms because it's a wonderful source of vitamin D. Same thing that comes from the sun up there. But this is the only way that you can get it in a food source, besides taking pills. No. So I'm gonna leave a little bit on there so it can keep making more things. And look at that. Way cheaper than buying them at the store. Ways to try to do things. Anyways, everybody, have a good day. Today's probably going to be my last one for today. And tomorrow morning is quarantine day. It's bite day. I gotta be up at 7 a.m. Well, actually, I gotta be up at 5 and then be at the hospital at 7 a.m. Yay. So we're gonna have fun. And I'm gonna be quarantined for the next 5 days. But I'll still have my phone. I'll be able to record stuff. Alright. Bye-bye.